Everyone fucking beatbox.
What was that last shit we were doing on the last one? Pig feet.
Oh my god,
Pig feet.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
live.
we've
We've
been
been
Oh
live.
shit!
shit,
Okay,
for,
okay,
50
okay, okay.
seconds.
For 50 fucking seconds. Hey,
Hey, they got a little taste of the beatbox though. That shit was
that's
fire.
good. That's good. That's good.
You get more at the end on OnlyFans.
Beatbox with your ass.
Hey, make sure we share this. Share this to the peeps, man.
What's wrong with the camera? It's like cutting you guys out.
No.
What do you mean?
I mean, no, it's because it's delayed. Like
No.
they're
I'm
good
talking
on
about. Oh, never mind.
How do we need to share this? Let's share this to our people.
How do you guys feel about like tattoos and stuff? Like, do you think what's your favorite style of tattoo? Like, what's your
traditional American traditional.
like with
for
the
sure.
Obviously,
That shit's fire. I mean the tribal. That shit's fire.
In my
you-
opinion, anything that looks good on me.
Japanese.
Like traditional style.
wait. How do we?
Yeah.
do you think like people who get like traditional like tribal type tattoos that aren't necessarily associated with that culture don't know a lot about it, or able to get that as well? Or
I feel like if you, cause I mean I wanted to do the same thing, but I feel like I needed to learn about the culture first before I can.
Yo, this quality's pretty good, to be honest.
It looks.
It's
Oh
'cause
wait,
I-
no. It's fucking.
I got tired of this.
It's 360p. I think something's wrong with OBS.
We were on 480.
no, we're on OBS. I think it was Twitch, right?
We're on OBS right now.
Yeah. So it's OBS that's fucking us
Damn,
up
that
right
shit
now.
does look crispy as fuck, dude. What the fuck? Look at the frames on it, dude. Check that out. Look
But
at it.
it's
Watch me go crazy here.
Everybody start flexing.
Boom, 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 boom. Don't,
yeah.
don't tell me
We need to
twice.
change the settings. Go to settings
on YouTube. Or
on no OBS. So settings.
Makes you wanna
and
kick a
then,
fat kid at Kmart.
stream. No, output.
No, I think it's Twitch. We're using OBS even now.
No. Even
Molina.
no, we're not on Twitch. We're we're on
This is
YouTube.
I know. No, we're on OBS.
Yeah, so it's OBS that's fucking up.
Wait, so
But if all the variables are the same except it being Twitch versus YouTube, wouldn't you
Yeah.
assume that it would be Twitch?
It'd
Be
Dude.
Twitch.
so it says that it's good quality, but there's better quality. and
Put
worse
it to max.
Yeah,
So
put it to the
slowest?
max.
Slowest,
No, put it on max, baby.
Yeah, there you go.
fastest, and the
No.
lowest quality?
No, the highest quality.
Highest quality,
yeah.
baby. Wait, what do you mean? You put it on slowest?
Yeah,
And then-
but
and then
it's the
apply.
best quality.
Huh?
It's the best quality.
Slowest?
Yeah.
I mean, just try it and see what happens.
Fuck it, let's
Yeah.
try it.
But yeah,
Right.
like what he was saying, both of them are using OBS, but we're streaming on two different services. So obviously there has to be something wrong with Twitch, not YouTube.
Yep.
Get what I mean? So we were streaming on Twitch before. Now
Using
we're streaming on
OBS.
YouTube. Both of them using OBS. So something is going wrong between streaming from OBS to Twitch and streaming OBS to YouTube.
So,
So
OBS
you-
is fucked
So
up.
YouTube
Yes.
is worse.
No, not OBS. It's
It's
Twitch.
like
Twitch
fucked up.
itself.
Oh well.
Oh, so Twitch is more fucked up than the YouTube.
It might be, yeah.
Twitch
Okay.
probably has something where it stops you from having a particular quality. Maybe it's like you have to have it on 4K for it to be 1080, but because we have it say at 1080, maybe it's 480.
Or how do we
instead.
how do we share this shit?
What's the yeah.
I'll share. There you go.
You already did it.
Yep. Copy link.
And put it on Pornhub.
This would
Fucking.
be a perfect like chance to do the poor man's podcast.
yeah.
Have you heard about the poor man's podcast?
Poor Man's Podcast.
Just have the two white guys sitting there.
And just have 2 pennies
Caucasians.
from the mountains of Caucasus.
I'm gonna post it on fucking the podcast.
Please do not
See,
rock.
I need one of those like table thingies right here. But this sounds crisp as a crispy crisper.
Podcast.
Look at that man's
podcast.
The
nipples.
YouTube is only doing 360p as well.
That's what I'm saying.
But I thought you said that the YouTube looked more crispy.
It looks.
Why did yours looks crispy?
It does.
Mine
Look,
doesn't.
look how clean it looks, though.
Yours
yeah,
looks
but
more
it's
crispy
only
than mine.
380.
Is it?
Yes, that's why. That means OBS is fucked up. Not.
Can I
Yeah.
can I see? To see the picture?
It's still slow.
Yours looks different from mine.
What iPhone is that one, and what iPhone is that one?
13.
13.
But
Oh,
you,
14.
you have
14.
You have the nightshade on, right, or something like that.
I
the
think I
night
do.
mode.
Yeah.
I'm
So
not
that
sure.
means the thing is fucked up. The stream is fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, then
OBS.
like, viewers and stuff, like if you're on YouTube, you could actually like choose how you want to see
That's
the
what he
video,
did.
like the
Mm.
quality of the video.
That's what he did, but the max is 360. So even if you wanted to go
Oh,
higher, it
shit.
won't let you.
And that's the same thing for Twitch too. It's 480 or some shit.
Yeah.
Then it's probably just OBS.
Oh, so it's OBS. So I was fucking right.
Yeah, but I thought you said YouTube was crispier, so then that
Yeah.
if that was the case, then it would be.
You did say that.
Oh well. Anyways. Yeah, this is just a test. So I feel like
Testing.
we're just testing to see if YouTube
Is better.
is okay.
It does say 4.
Well,
That picture up there on YouTube looks really good. Which
Yeah,
is weird.
yeah. Oh, there's 4 people watching, so that's me.
Mine is off, but it might count.
well, we're kind of like starting over though. That's the problem.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, because we're going from Twitch
If
where we're
anything-
kind of not well known, but
What would have been better?
we
if
do have
were
a
just, like,
following.
if we had knew about YouTube before and been like, hey, we're going to YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Some
yeah, we
madness.
should have done that from the start.
And
True,
badness.
true. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Intoxicated.us. All right. Okay. What?
Why did that one get you so good?
Huh.
Why did that one? Why did that one tickle you so
Three
much?
combinations.
Because it's just it's a funny like I don't know like every
You
time I
just
see
enjoy
it.
that one?
Let me see. I see if I can find it.
Have you seen the one where it was like a hot dog and some like sprinkles or something?
Bro, there was this. Where is it? Let me see if I can find the one that I'm.
Oh, it does follow. It does show it. Look
Oh,
right
yeah,
on the
that's the
chat.
one.
Look at the little.
No, I want to see it though.
Hey, make sure you
Wait, is that
send
the
them hearts, baby.
Yeah, that's me. Look at that.
Send them hearts. Oh, let's do the AI. Thank you for the hearts.
Gang.
Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts.
100 glizzies.
Everybody. Can
Or we don't have a TikTok. That's why, like, if there's
TikTok live.
do
is
have a
actually,
TikTok.
like,
well,
really
you have
good.
to have 1,000 fucking followers in order for you to
To
go
go
live.
live?
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, you need at least
You
1,000.
could always download one of those apps and get like a bunch of fake ass followers.
Yep.
It's like $2.
Everybody start paying right now.
But anyways, guys, I might head out.
We just started.
I know, but y'all can stay here. I can leave my stuff. Like,
We should
But-
talk about
but just-
Roman philosophies.
just take care of my that one right there. I don't care
This
about
one.
Do you
anything
ever
else.
think
just
of
that
the
one
Roman
right there.
Empire?
Me and you, it's on me and you.
Yep.
I
But yeah,
mean, you really don't need to do nothing on the computer.
Molina can step in because the boss is waiting for me. I'll be a viewer.
Okay.
R.I.P. that.
Loyal viewer. You got to do that thing that they were saying on TikTok. You know how they have the little like button on the end? You
gotta
put your
have a-
mouth to it, and then you go.
You gotta have an outro song.
But you got to do that on your phone. And it'll freaking click the button.
Let me beatbox.
It's pretty good.
All right.
If
And
you want
then-
an outro song, I could play a song for you as you like walk away.
Yeah, he lives literally like right down the street.
When I told him fucking I'm on my way, like 30 seconds later I was there.
I'm gonna give him an outro song.
Where's Gucci?
Oh, it's
Get her on the podcast right now.
Sorry, I can't. I don't want to mess up the wires.
Oh, no, you're good.
Wait, isn't that like illegal for me to play that?
You get. I think for most times you can play up to 30 seconds and claim it as free use, but anything past that
Wait,
could be in
what?
some trouble.
Wait, go back on that Google.
Are you talking about the buff guy?
No, Gargoyles. It says Gargoyles Remastered. What? Where are you? Oh, bro, that was my cartoon when I was little. Y'all ever see the Gargoyles?
Nope.
Yep.
Yes.
When they're like
Hey.
up there and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Goliath. Oh yeah, grab some cupcakes. get some cupcakes, and then jump in the
You wanna jump in? Or
thingy.
you wanna be fucking?
Let's go.
Yeah, brother.
So what are we gonna do? More serious conversations today, or this? Not I can't say today because this is our second one. I have no muscle. Look, look, look. There you go. Off camera view, you can't see shit.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool if we got deep.
Oh shit!
I could
Wait,
I could
clicked on
pull
the
up some
wrong-
like deep ass questions, and I could ask you guys the questions, and you guys could just take turns fucking.
When's the
can do
last
that.
time you've cried?
Huh? Last time I've cried?
Yep.
Damn.
I'm not gonna lie. The last time I cried, so it was when my son was having his procedure.
Mm-hmm.
So when we were going in, they had warned us, so we're gonna give your son an IV. We're gonna give him some drug. I don't remember what the drug was called, but they injected him with a drug, and they told us this is to help babies not remember what happened to them, so that way later on they're not as traumatized. I didn't know this drug existed, but anyway. Yeah, but they injected him, and bro, like, so they tell us sit in the waiting room with your son, play with him like any kind of normal day, enjoy your son until before we have to take him in. So we're sitting there, and bro, we're just watching him slowly, like he looks stoned, like his facial expression was blank, and then he just looked tired, and his eyes were just so droopy. And for me and my wife, it was hard seeing that. And then doctors come in, and then they sit down with us, and they tell us, okay, we can't have both parents in the operating room, but we need one of you to go in, help us hold down the baby, and then we're going to start giving him the knockout gas. I forgot what they called it. We're going to give him the knockout gas, and then we're going to go to anesthesia. There you go. We're going to give him the mask. We're going to administer it, and then we're going to give him a stronger one so that way he finally goes out. So my wife's on the side already bawling her eyes out. I can't do it. I can't do it. So I was like, fuck it. I'll do it. I got it. So we're sitting there enjoying our son's company, and obviously you can see he's out of it. And then they finally come in, and they're like, all right, it's time to take your son. So I had to pick up my son, take him to the operating room, put him down. And then I felt horrible because it was me having to hold him down. And my son, I can tell he's freaking out at the situation that's going on. So I'm having to hold down his arms and his legs, and then they're giving him the mask, and he's trying to rip it off because apparently it's like a baby's nature to keep things off their face. So he's over here trying to like squirm and take it off his face, and we're having to hold it to his face, watching him slowly go out. And then she's like, all right, this is where it gets emotional for parents. We have to give them the stronger stuff. So she switches over the mask and gives him the stronger stuff. And I'm holding him, and he starts to twitch. It is like some weird, like something out of a movie. So he starts to twitch, and then his arms just lock up. And then I'm just watching my son slowly go to sleep. And she's like, be careful. This is where parents get more emotional. And like, I'm trying to hold him down. I don't know. And just watching him slowly go to sleep, to me, that was the last time I cried, because I'm sitting there like holding my son down, and I can't do anything about it, and I'm just watching him slowly go out. And then eventually his arms just lock out, and he just like the life just leaves his body, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? It's not, in my opinion, it's not something any parent would want to go through, especially at that early of an age. So holding my son's hand, and then nothing there. And then for them to tell me, hey, it's time to leave the room. You can't do anything. You got to leave. So they're having to escort me out. So that was the last time I cried. That was what, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
Did you ever have to play that part of being the strong figure in the group or in the room in the situation, your wife, of the people crying? Like you can't let them see you cry for the moment because you have to be strong for them. Did you have to end up playing that part there? Or?
I did. So seeing my wife emotionally break down, I'm watching her, and I'm realizing, you know what? I need to be the strong one. I need to be the one with no emotions. So I waited until I was in the next room to actually. I didn't break down, but I started to tear up because I needed to show her everything's gonna be okay. So I didn't want it to where both of us were tearing up, both of us were crying, and then we're both freaking out. So I did have to be the stronger one in that situation.
Do you ever find yourself where she's the stronger one in the situation versus you are? Do you think that's like it's your role to play, so you have to always be that role?
It depends on the situation. Because when it comes to my son, I guess because I can relate to him more. Because when I was growing up, I was always in the operating room. I had a heart murmur growing up. I had asthma. I had bronchitis constantly. So seeing my son going through not the same things I was going through, but similar situations, I have to be the stronger one. But when it comes to my daughter, having a little girl is a whole different ball game. So she's the stronger one when it comes to that. But when it comes to my son, yeah, that's my ball game.
Is this an emotional podcast or what?
Yeah. Well,
I can get very emotional.
I said the question was when was the last time you cried? So
Yeah, we can. You have a story? No. Oh, there's no video.
it's playing on mine right here.
Yeah, 'cause it's playing on mine. Yeah, baby, it's just yours. But anybody have the last time they cried?
I'll go if you guys don't feel comfortable. If you guys,
I'm
would
good,
like to.
but I'm good to tell. But you can go.
I'm not a person who cries very much, and I kind of like am one of those people who are very, 1 + 1 = 2, and there's not really, well, maybe this or maybe that in most regards, and I'm like fairly straightforward, so I don't really like put too much in terms of emotion into a lot of things, more so I guess comparatively to the people around me. And so my grandfather had died, and I didn't cry. I didn't cry for like a week, and I was upset that he died, and I was like, well, that's pretty messed up. I'm never gonna see him, never gonna get to talk to him again. And I kind of just like thought about it every once in a while, but I never really cried about it. But then this was a couple months ago, I think, like quite a few, and I was laying in my bed, and
Continue.
I was
Look at the comments.
I was laying in my bed, and it was and I was just laying there, like when you're not quite going to sleep yet, so you're just chilling in your bed. And so I was kind of like looking up at my ceiling and thinking like, man, he's really gone. And so I kind of cried then, because it was like, I guess the culmination of me like really taking it in and experiencing it was kind of, you kind of like fully processed it. So I cried. And then I'm not a believer in any religions or religious believer, but just in case that there is, I was like, if you're up there, you know what I mean, said a little something to him, and cried it out and said my piece with him, and that was kind of the ending closure moment. I'm not gonna cry. The ending closure moment for me to like kind of put a cap on that and like be okay with it. And that was the last time I cried, which is like 6 months ago, I think.
Do you feel like it was like more in shock, and that's why like you didn't cry as much? And I feel like, do you feel like it's gonna be probably like within a process, within the months and years, that you'll probably like let it out?
So he was damn near 90. So I knew, I kind of, you always kind of knew in the back of your head, like once you hit 90, it's like they're just hanging out at the end of the day. Like you can make it to 100, 120, but all of those years you're kind of hanging out. So I knew, and that didn't bother me. But what bothered me was not being able to. There's a really good quote, and it goes, "Nothing is ever sad till it's over," and it was over, and I had to realize that it was really over.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what got me. That's what kind of was like, damn.
Did you tell her about it?
I like that quote. Yeah, no, I think I understand it a lot more now since with everything with my mom. So like, because during the whole process with her, I was like more in shock than anything, and then I didn't really, I wasn't like ever sad or like crying as much until it happened. and then that's when it kind of just went downhill. But I mean, even then, like I didn't even cry as much. I didn't cry like throughout the months, and then year. Like like literally from when she passed to when we buried her, I probably cried like twice out of like that whole. And it was like probably like a week, 2 weeks tops. That like I had cried about all that stuff. So I don't know. But yeah, no, that's why I was asking, because like I wanted to see if it's for you. You feel like if it's gonna be like a process, like within the months or years you're thinking about him, and But I mean, you do make a good point. Like it was bound to happen sooner or later. So yeah. I mean, besides my mom passing away, I think the latest one was my cat. That's it. She had we had just gotten her recently, literally like last year, and around this time last year, and so she was like really young. I guess she had gotten exposed to FIP, which is like a very fatal like disease to cats, and the only way that you can kind of treat it is with like a certain type of medication that not vets have. You have to get it like through someone. You will usually get it, and then they'll sell it, and then you have to like kind of find your way. So at the first time we got it, and what it does is basically it creates fluid in the lungs, and it kind of like does a lot of other stuff with their like nervous system and all that good stuff, and it makes it hard for them to breathe. So you see her like kind of really hard to try to catch her breath, and you can hear the liquid in her lungs whenever she breathes like out of her nose. So throughout the couple months she was good. We had drained it. We had to go to the vet for her to get drained, so she had like a big like shaved patch, and then it was good for a couple months. She was normal, and then trying to remember exactly. I think it was like May or June. She started doing the same thing, and it was to the point where she could barely move, she could barely walk, she could barely go anywhere. And we had just found out, like when we got to the vet after like all that happened, that she was starting to get blind, and the only way that she was able to find her way around is just remembering like where everything was. Like, so she remembered where her food was, she remembered where her litter was, and it was to a point where she's just lifeless. And then the last day she kind of was like having like a seizure almost, or she like wouldn't move, and she would just literally like plop over to her side. So we rushed her to the vet, and I could hear her, like she was like meowing like the whole way, and like you could hear her like she was in pain. I broke down. I was just so sad, because I wasn't really supposed to be the one to be attached. It was my wife that was supposed to be attached to her, because Luke's my dog. Like that is my dog. Like that's no one else's dog. It's literally mine. He loves me. He cuddles with me. But Leia's supposed to be Victoria's cat. But I mean, I loved her regardless. So like seeing that on the way to the vet, it broke my heart to see her like that. So I started crying, and then when we got to the vet, I could see Victoria kind of doing the same thing. She was breaking down, and then they were just like, yeah, there's really nothing that we can do, so we're gonna have to put her down. And we're just seeing the process. She's there, she's meowing, and then like I said, she had like her eyes were kind of cloudy, and they were saying that she had become blind within like the couple of weeks that we had her. And then the funny thing is, while we were in the process of putting her down, they had played music in the background, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And like in the back of my head, like I'm crying, and in the back of my head, I'm like, why the fuck do they have this fucking music on? Just shut this shit off, because it's just like, oh, like it would go, and it's crazy because the way it timed the music is when she passed, like it kind of went down, and then uprising, like, oh, like good things are happening and tough shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Me and Victoria are like, why did they play this music? It's so fucking stupid. But yeah, no, it was bad. Like me and her were all a wreck for, at least I was a wreck for that day, and then Victoria was a wreck for like the whole week. It was bad, but yeah, that was like the last time. It like serious crying, but yeah.
You got any stories, Molina?
I don't want to bring up death, so instead I'll bring up another one.
Go for it.
So I didn't really cry too much, but it did make me feel some type of way. I was told that the only thing that I was good for was being nice, and I was like, damn, okay. And that was pretty much it.
That made you cry?
Well, it didn't make me cry like oh my god, like.
Oh.
But I was like, damn, that kind of made me think a little bit.
Like you felt an emotional connection with those words?
Cause I was like, damn, really? Okay. And then I just thought about it for a while.
But is that something that you want to hold on to, or is that something you just want to forget?
I don't really care too much about it, but it did make me feel some type of way at the time. Now I don't really care too much, but at the time I was like, damn, like that's really all I got going for me.
It definitely stuck with you.
Yeah.
It's understandable, like those kind of phrases and stuff like that. I can't remember anything in the moment, but I do get where you're coming from.
I always think it's weird because when you get those comments or whatever, it's like you always remember it so vividly. Like you always remember where you are, like what you're doing, who said it. Like well, to the most extent that you can, like more so than you do normally. And you can always like picture it really well whenever somebody says something like that to you. So
Kind of switching over this part of the conversation. What is some of the motivations or something that motivates you every day?
for me recently, it's been getting hard because I feel like I'm doing like the same stuff over and over again. So
You wanna reword that?
what?
Getting hard.
Yeah.
For me, it's been kind of getting hard.
Like
I mean, I guess.
your motivation
me-
is getting your dick up.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I get you. I get it. Now, for me lately, it's been tough. For me lately, it's been tough because it's like I feel like I do the same stuff every day, and I know I'm making progress towards it, but it's like, you know, that drop of water that hits the stone is always going to absolutely obliterate that stone over time, and so it's kind of tough because no matter how hard you go, it's weird because it like that consistently kind of beats you down a little bit, and I'm not to the point, and I don't even think I'm 50% past it, but it's like before I used to enjoy what I did, and then now it seems like sometimes I'll enjoy it, and then other times it's kind of like more so a chore, and so that gets kind of tough. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of I'm so deep in the emotions, and I've been doing the same thing for so long that it doesn't make sense to stop. So even if I wanted to stop, it's like the train is still going. It's going to take quite a bit to get it to stop. So I don't really have too much motivation currently to do better things than I should.
Is there something that you think can kind of bring you out of that cycle?
I think it's my mindset because like with my gym, I have a list of things that I need to do, and I see it as a list of things I need to do. Not, oh shit, I got this today, I'm about to tear this up. It's, oh shit, I got this list today, and I got to do this to get where I need to be. So that's kind of tough. And then like the meals and whatnot, it's like, you got to eat these meals to get where you want to be. So it's like, well, now I have another to-do list. And then with work, it feels like all the time that you get from 9 to 5, and then by the time I go home, change out, hit the gym, that's 2 hours, shower, eat. I have like an hour and a half to 2 left for what I want to do that I don't think is like mandatory, if that makes sense. Like you could say gym is what I choose to do, but I feel like it's mandatory. So it's kind of, that's not really my choice, if you can understand what I mean by that.
So, because I felt that way. I felt a similar way before. So you kind of feel like everything that you do is kind of in a cycle. You're doing the same shit every day. You're doing the same thing, and you don't feel like you're getting much progress, right?
I do feel like I'm getting progress, but it's like the progress is slow in terms of the gym. Not super slow because I see the progress and I'm not unhappy with it, but it's like the grind is tough, and you just have to tough it out. So right now it sucks. And so I feel like it sucks, but I'm not going to stop.
Yeah.
But I feel like, yeah, it is kind of like work, gym, sleep, repeat, progress, work, gym, sleep, repeat, work, gym, sleep, repeat. And that repetitiveness kind of gets to you. And I see the progress, and I'm happy with the progress, but it's like, fuck, bro, I'm doing the same shit every day for fucking a year straight. It's like, oh my gosh.
I do understand where you're coming from because I've hit those before, and before I like in how would I explain it? So I've hit those little, I can't say potholes before, but I've hit those situations where I feel like every day is the same thing, where I'll eat, sleep, shit. I go to the gym every day. Oh, it's another day. It's another arm day. It's another leg day. It's another. So I feel like it's a different. I feel like it's repetitive, but where I like to see it is every day is always a day to bring yourself new progress. I don't know if that kind of makes sense in any way. So yes, I do see it as, oh, okay, I'm going to the gym again today, but where can I improve myself today? Or even if it comes to work, hey, how can I make this better? How can I make more progress in this situation? So I do get where you're coming from, but in the advice I could probably give is try to look at the positives, if that makes any kind of sense. To where, a yeah, it's another arm day. Hey, look at that! I got another fucking vein in my arm. Or hey, I got I lost an extra pound today. Or hey, I ran a little. I ran a couple of seconds more, to where it kind of motivates you, to where I feel like, yes, I'm in a cycle, but I'm making some kind of progress, if that kind of makes any sense.
I've heard
So
like yo like be better than who you were yesterday,
yeah,
or be a better person than who you were yesterday.
yeah. So try to look at it as in a positive way. Yeah. Hey, I'm doing another chest day today. Hey, but I was able to go an extra rep. I was able to go an extra second on the treadmill. I was able to, I don't know, write an extra word in my book, or I was able to turn the wrench a couple inches more. I don't know. Try to find the small positives in your everyday life, to where it kind of motivates you every day.
I think when I see my positives and stuff like that, I kind of like I don't want to say I throw them away or whatever, because I see them, I acknowledge them, I enjoy them, but then it's like it's short lived because it's back to the grind.
Yeah, no, I understand you.
It's like, wow, yeah, my arms are looking pretty big. Done. Like I gotta fucking curl 40s again today, you know.
But the way I see it is, you're looking at it. I'm not judging you. You're looking at it in a close perspective. The way I've seen you, bro, you've definitely changed from when you first started going to the gym. You're not as small as you used to be. You have more definition when it comes to your muscles. At work, you're definitely a lot faster. You're definitely more
Active.
military ready. You're definitely more active.
I appreciate that.
So it is hard to see yourself, because you see yourself every day, or even the people that are around you, where you ask for advice and they're like, yeah, you definitely look bigger, but you don't want to believe them because they see you every day. But this is coming from an outside perspective, as you have definitely changed
I appreciate
since I've first met you. So I don't know how much my words impact you as much, but you definitely have impacted yourself, if that
that. Yeah,
kinda
I
helps.
get
You, Moham, anything that motivates you every day?
you. Luke.
No, I mean,
Skywalker.
it's just I have always had this, like, since I've joined. Me, it's just mainly just being blessed that having like money in my pocket, food on my plate, and then a roof over my head. Because honestly, after everything that happened before I joined, I honestly didn't think, I didn't know exactly where I was gonna be in life. I didn't know where I was gonna be, like, at all. Oh,
Yeah,
the camera did that.
we might have to end it here.
Oh, that's fine.
Well, go finish what you were
But
saying.
yeah, no, it's just you know, whatchamacallit, yeah, just having all that, and just not knowing exactly where I was gonna be 6 years ago or 7 years ago, and just coming out from that, and to be able to do a job like this, like I said, it's something that I'm still learning every day, and I don't know if I want to do this, within the next year or so. Just kind of what motivates me is just kind of like learning and seeing all the capabilities that I have since I've been here. Because when I first joined, I didn't really have I didn't have no knowledge at all, and I kind of was just a blank at some points, and I feel like I still am now. Because like I said, I haven't even scratched. I feel like I haven't scratched the surface of where I am with my job. So, but at the end of the day, I come home to an amazing wife, an amazing dog. Come home to a good house in a beautiful island, and I feel like that's like the best thing that I can honestly appreciate and be thankful for every day. So it's just, you know, I think that's definitely something that helps me motivate myself to obviously do better for myself and also for my family and for her.
But anyway, our camera did die, so we're gonna go ahead and end the podcast here. But this was a kind of like a test phase for us for YouTube. We might try it again next time. But hopefully y'all enjoyed the short time that we did have here. Anyway, this is Intoxication Nation signing out.
Intoxicated.
Or intoxicated.